Grande.
I'm Julie Olander.
And we are the coordinators for this Science Symposium. We would like to thank everyone in the Fine and Performing Arts Division, especially Dr. Crescento, for their support and use of the Center for the Performing Arts throughout all of these years. We'd like to acknowledge a couple of individuals in the audience today. Dr. Scott Massey, our physical sciences. Dr. Massey was in a motorcycle accident a few months ago and has undergone several surgeries and extensive physical therapy. He is truly our titanium man. So we're very grateful you are here with us, Dr. Massey. Thank you.
And don't ever do that to us again.
Dr. Raul Cardenas. Dr. Cardenas, please come on up. Dr. Cardenas is our former president of PVCC from 1992 to 1999 and former interim chancellor of the Maricopa Community Colleges District from July 1st, 1999 to June 30th, 2000. Thank you, Dr. Cardenas, for being here. We are very grateful for that. And on behalf of PVCC, we have a little gift for you.
Let me say how pleased and how impressed I am with a program that continues on for 25 years. It has a lot to do with the outstanding faculty that support it. Hank, Casey, among others. Obviously, of course, the current chair, Scott, have to be congratulated for supporting programs like this. I always felt that when or at least when I was during my tenure here, we hired folks that were really interested in providing student experiences that were going to be productive for them down the road. I think we've done that. And I think the program that you see today is evidence of that. So again, congratulations to those that are kind for being honored today, and faculty who are here for your great work. Thank you.
This year marks a special milestone, the 25th anniversary of the annual Mancini Science Symposium. The annual Science Symposium was first held in May 1995, established by Dr. Hank Mancini. It presented an opportunity for our science students to perform literature research on a scientific topic of their choosing, and then to present to their peers, faculty, staff, administrators, and the community. Dr. Mancini retired in 2012, and the annual Science Symposium was renamed the annual Mancini Science Symposium.
What started out as 9 organic chemistry research papers published in 1995 has evolved to a record number of 105 research papers published in 2017 in chemistry, physics, astronomy, engineering, biology, and math disciplines. Today, you will hear from 8 students presenting their research in astronomy, biology, chemistry, and physics. However, before we begin our program, we'd like to invite Dr. Paul Dale, PVCC President, to come on stage and say a few words. Please extend a warm welcome to Dr. Dale.
Thank you, Dr. Durande. I appreciate that, and welcome everybody. In the spirit of being a Learning Center College, it just brings great joy to my heart to end the semester listening to students talk about topics that they're passionate about, talk about topics that are complex, to talk about research and topics that require higher levels of thinking around analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. We know that the biggest single indicator of student success is the degree to which they're actively engaged as learners, and this symposium could not be more demonstrative of what's important about what we know to be true about learning. So let me start off by congratulating our students and thanking them for their work today. So let's give them a quick round of applause. I would also be remiss if I didn't acknowledge as well Dr. Cardenas. Dr. Cardenas actually hired me back in 1997, 22 years ago, and we were reminded me as we were walking into the room, and I wanted to share this very quickly, that while he was serving as interim chancellor, it was he who made this building happen. So without his work, we would not be sitting here today in terms of providing the decision-making and the funding for the Center for Fine and Performing Arts. But I just wanted to throw that in there as well, Dr. Cardenas. And thank you so much. It's clearly a pleasure to have you join us for the 25th anniversary of the Mancini Symposium. It is now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Hank Mancini to the podium. As you've heard, that it's an august recognition that this symposium has been named after Dr. Mancini. I knew Hank when I first came to college 22 years ago, and there were a couple things that very much impressed me about Hank, or Dr. Mancini, I should say. Dr. Mancini, I don't mean to get so friendly with you here today. First of all, he created a learning environment that I would equate with any university. The rigor and the expectation in the sciences division, to me, elevated the teaching and learning within science, again, that I would map against NAU, ASU, and U of A. In fact, if you talk to any of our graduates in any of the sciences, they will tell you that they were better prepared to go to the university starting at Paradise Valley Community College than had they been a native student at ASU, U of A, or NAU. So that rigor he brought to it. And then the second thing I'd like to point out is that very early on, he observed that our students who were moving into pre-professional programs, whether that be pre-med or pre-dental or pre-vet, need some guidance and a pathway. So he was instrumental in developing those support structures that ensure our students were ready to get into those professional STEM-related programs. So I'm deeply indebted for the good work that Dr. Mancini has done. I was up at Black Mountain a couple weeks ago, or a month or so ago, and I peeked into the chemistry lab, and there was Dr. Mancini still teaching for us. So I thought, well, Hank, welcome back. So with that, would you please join me in welcoming Dr. Mancini to the stage? So in recognition of the 25th year, we have a very nice gift to present to Dr. Mancini, and I'm sure we'd like to have you share a few words. Dr. Mancini, thank you. Don't forget your gift.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Dale, for your kind words in support of the symposium. I want to thank Dr. Casey Durande, Dr. Scott Massey, and Professor Julie Olander for continuing their support and mentorship for this activity. Dr. Cardenas, special thanks to you, because if you didn't hire me, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. I really am impressed with how much you believed in me and allowed me to build a program and allow our students to move on to other endeavors. Finally, I want to thank all of the students who ever participated in the symposium, because without you, again, there would be no symposium. It's hard to believe that 25 years has passed since the first symposium in 1995. As a matter of fact, the first symposium was May 9th, 1995. Today is May 9th, 2019. When I first announced the symposium to my organic chemistry students and that they were going to be participating in it, there was a look of uncertainty and apprehension. However, when the time arrived to submit their papers, there was that look of pride in what they had created. The quality and depth of their submissions was outstanding. In the first symposium, all 9 students that were in the class presented. And as it was mentioned, we had 105 submissions in 2017, and we had to reduce, obviously, the number of presenters. Finally, it is with great pride and joy that I introduce to you 2 of my former students from that first class. This is really exciting for me to reconnect with these individuals. Both of them were talked about their time at PVCC and beyond, and I'd like you to give a nice welcome to Ona and Carla.
First of all, I want to say what an honor it is to stand here with these wonderful individuals. It's been 25 years since I sat where you are and was a student here at this awesome, awesome school. I can't believe how much has changed in those 25 years and what wonderful opportunities that you all have. I was 17 when I came here to PBCC. I graduated high school a year early, and I was full of hopes and dreams and excitement and really wanted to go into the science field. I applied to be a student worker in the science lab and worked closely together with John Jones. I was also in class with Ona, and we were in general chemistry. We decided that we needed more, and so we presented Dr. Cardenas to have an organic chemistry class here on campus for us so that we wouldn't have to take that when we transferred over to ASU. And we were heard, and the most wonderful professor was brought here to this campus on our request, and we're so proud of that. So in this class that Dr. Mancini had for us, and we were the very first one, there was a lot of great things that he did. I'm sure he did for more years, but we were the start of all of that. For number one, he brought in equipment that we had never seen before. He had worked at the dial company before. He had come a professor here, and he brought an infrared spectrum to us, and we had never seen anything like that before. We didn't know what it was for, we didn't know what it did. So he brought equipment, and he brought knowledge and all different things that just opened up our whole world. And I'll never forget the very first lab that we did. It was an extraction lab, and we were extracting caffeine from tea. We thought, oh, we're so great, look at us. We got our little bags of white powder. We extracted our caffeine from tea, and he goes, great, now let's see how pure your sample is. And he showed us the infrared spectrometer, and we all got to test our samples to see how pure that they were. He also, this is before we had computer-based modeling in the classroom, he bought models for each one of us to have a model kit so that we could see how atomic structures worked, and we could visualize and use those models, and we had them in the lab so we understood the lab inside and out. It's as if he had took everything off the page and put everything into 3D for us. And he genuinely cared about our success as students. He cared about our success as scientists. He wanted us to be the best that we could be, and he pushed us as hard as we needed to be pushed so that we could be the best. And our very first symposium, we were nervous. We just thought we were doing a paper and a presentation. We had no idea. He said, no, you present. You're proud of the work that you've done. You stand up and you present. Even though it was just 7 hours, I can still remember how nervous I was to do that presentation. But now, seeing how far this has come in 25 years and seeing all of you, and I look forward to hearing your presentations, this is an amazing start and an amazing journey. And I owe a great deal of gratitude and thanks to those two gentlemen sitting right here. And I went on to Arizona State University West, where I obtained a degree in life sciences with an emphasis in human ecology. I was the very first graduating class for that. On the West Campus, it could not be called biology, so they had to come up with a new name, and life sciences was it. But the foundation that was here at Paradise Valley Community College helped build a career in science for me, and it made everything so much easier when I went to ASU West. And it was a wonderful journey, and I hope you all get the same experience too.
I don't know how I could add more to what Carla just talked about. I'm just going to emphasize my experiences as well. I want to thank Dr. Mancini and Dr. Durande for inviting us here today. This is spectacular. And when I looked back, I'm very excited to celebrate this 25th anniversary. So I looked back at my paper, and then I looked at the subsequent outstanding papers and presentations that have happened since. And I think, number one, I don't know what I have to offer any students right now. And number two, please don't go look at mine, because boy, was it a different world. Yeah. So when I did think about what I wanted to share, it is truly my experience. And whether it's the same as yours or not, I don't know. But the first major experience here was, how did organic chemistry come to PBCC? And there's two main points that you already heard from Carla. First, we petitioned our president, Dr. Cardenas, and we asked for an organic chemistry class. And at the time, I did not even come close to realizing what a huge lift that was. We were in general chem, and we wanted organic chem next year. He listened to us. He respected our thoughts. We put together a proposal of what we wanted. We didn't just go demanding. And he was able to pull that off. At my age now, I don't know how he did that, because I realize all the hurdles and the heavy lift that he had to go through to make that happen for his students. So that is one thing that I did not experience after I left PVCC. That personal attention and care that you get here from people who really are interested in your development. I'm not saying there aren't great professors at Arizona State or WPI where I went later. There are excellent professors all around. This is where I got that real personal attention, and this is where I felt heard, and this is where I felt empowered, and I learned how to keep asking after that. That is a major lesson that I hope you guys all also get to experience here. The second part of that story is Dr. Mancini coming in and teaching us in a way that made us want to learn. I will never forget, in addition to the stories that Carla told, we were learning about double bonds and organic chemistry. He had us up from our seats and he's like, all right, stretch, hold hands. Try to grab the other hand. See how your heads are coming together. Those are the protons. You know, it's kind of harder to get closer, isn't it? And we were visually seeing what he was lecturing about. That, not only that, but now I realize the getting up and moving around also helps stimulate you and keep you engaged and interested. So another thing that I experienced was that just quality education of people who really want to find ways to help you learn. Meanwhile, in my calculus class, Dr. Burgess had just learned about the Harvard method of teaching calculus, where you got to see things on a computer and you visually saw the area under the curve and all that good stuff. From above, it must have been supported that teachers could take what they learned and try to help students learn the best that they could. I love that spirit, and I have not seen it since. So that is the theme in my memory of Paradise Valley Community College. And I really hope at this moment in your lives, it is so hard to see, but I hope maybe 25 years later, when you think about this, you can see the amount of time and effort and the personal care that you get here at this university. That foundation, and I want to be clear, I went on to get my chemical engineering degree. What I learned at Paradise Valley Community College 100% prepared me for getting my chemical engineering degree at Arizona State. I did not have any issues with chemistry or math. Now, we won't talk about thermodynamics, but chemistry and math, no issue. I felt more prepared than the students who had started at Arizona State. And I attribute that to the quality of teaching that happens here. And from there, I went on, I worked for a while, and then while I was working, I got my master's in environmental engineering because that was my true passion. And again, there is nothing like a foundation that helps you move forward. I had my background, I had my experience, but what I learned at Paradise Valley Community College has stuck with me. And the reason I went back for my master's, number one, it did not help me with my job. I did not get a raise, I did not get a promotion. The reason I went back was because of Dr. Mancini, and I hope to one day teach adjunct, whatever, at a community college when I decide to go into semi-retirement in about 7-10 years. That is the reason I went back for my master's. Because I'll tell you, when I got my chemie degree, I was done with school. But then I thought, no, I want to have this door open for me when I get out. So the foundation that I got here has helped me, and I think you all know this. Your education opens doors. I'm an engineer, and that's what I did for the first 12 years of my career. For the last 13 years, I've been in policy. I actually write air quality regulations for the state of New York. So you can really choose your path. Take what you learned here, keep it under your belt, and then as you move throughout the world in your career, it'll just open lots of doors. So I appreciate you all listening. I know I'm the only thing between you and starting your presentations, but I hope that you understand the deep appreciation I have for what I got here. And I will never forget that, and I hope that you receive at least 1/10 of that enthusiasm that I feel. Thank you very much, and I look forward to your presentations. Good luck.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Dale, Dr. Mancini, and Ms.